Alright, so sorry for the lack of makeup and the bad video quality. I've noticed that a lot of my videos have really bad quality, and I just noticed it today. So I'm really sorry. But today I want to talk about depression, but not like the whole cute sad part of depression. I want to talk about the why you would never know that your best friend or the person you're dating is depressed. Why you would never know. And when you're sad, as humans, as people, as Americans, I can't really speak for other countries because I've only been in one, we tend to hide our pain. If my ankle's hurting and you ask, I'll be like, oh yeah, my ankle hurts. But if you ask, oh, how's your day? I'm inclined, as a person who's been immersed in social situations, to say good or pretty good or even okay, but that's on the line. Whenever people ask, how are you? I never, hardly ever say, oh, I could be better because this guy or this girl said something mean to me today. Just as people, we're inclined to lie about our emotional state of being. When you talk to someone who's just gone through a breakup, they're inclined to say, oh yeah, I'm over them, I'm totally fine. And then that night, they're at home crying in their pillow all night. You talk to someone who just lost a loved one, and they're inclined to say, no, I'm not okay, but I will be, and death's natural. People are inclined to lie about it. And as people, we tend to put a mask on. I know I'm the worst offender of this because I don't tell anyone anything ever. So this almost is like criticizing myself, this video. But I know as people, we're inclined to put a mask on our emotional pain, so much so that we'll lie to ourselves. Oh no, I'm fine, it's okay, I'm fine. I know whenever I cry, I make myself stop because I sit there and I'm like, no, you don't need to cry, it's fine. It's not that bad, could be worse. Whenever people find out about something that's happened to me before, because I've been through a lot as a teenager, whenever people find something out, they always tend to be like, I'm so sorry if you ever need anything, and I just kind of sit there, I'm like, could be worse. I tend to brush it off my shoulder, like, nope, I don't need you, I don't need anyone. I'm fine. People with depression are told, well, have you tried being positive? As if it's that easy. People with anxiety are told, oh my gosh, get over it. You don't need to have an anxiety attack every 5 minutes. I've heard both things said directly to me, and it's almost like they're feeling this emotional pain. These people that have these mental and emotional illnesses are feeling all of this pain inside, but they can't release it. They can't let go of it because people are right there ready to judge them about it. I know firsthand that when I'm having a depressive or an anxiety episode, whenever I tell someone the truth of what's going on, they're always like, oh, well, I think you're too young to be depressed, so, I think you should just stop. Yep, that cured me, thanks. I feel so much better as a person. No, when people self-harm, people self-harm in different ways. There's many different forms, different places. Everyone knows the most common place is here. I know I've witnessed, I do a lot of theater, a lot of shows, and it was a school show, and there was this girl who had scars on her wrist. And I tried to be her friend because, I understand, and everyone hurts differently, so it's not like I can completely understand, but I relate to some level. And she wore short sleeves one day, and her arm was just, covered in scars, and another student, pulled her aside and said, hey, I know you're going through a lot, I'm here for you, but could you do me a favor and wear a sweater or a long sleeve next time? They told her this. And then I was also in a show, it was a Christian little kid show, and this girl had scars, and the lady who was doing costumes put her in this short sleeve dress. It was really cute, it looked really good on her, pulled her out, and was looking at her, and went, wait, what are those? And looked, and she goes, I'm getting therapy, don't worry about it, like, you don't need to tell my mom, she already knows. And this costume lady was like, that's not what I'm worried about, I'm gonna have to change your costume. And put her in this long sleeve, very conservative dress after that. It just kind of sucks because, like, as a society, as humans, we all make mistakes and we all hurt in some form. Everyone has some sort of emotional pain in their life. Whether or not you have a mental illness to go with that emotional pain, I mean, it varies person to person. Everyone feels pain differently, and some people feel it by hurting themselves. Some people feel it by having depressive episodes or being depressed for years straight. Some people have it by having a panic attack. You know, everyone feels and deals with pain differently. People with mental illness just deal with it in a not healthy way, and I mean, that's not their fault. It's not anyone's fault that they're like that. They just are. And you know, as people, we should be there for each other and build each other up. Like, you can do it. I know you can eat. I know you can, like, last this long without hurting yourself. Like, I know you can do it, but that's not what we say. We tend to judge each other for each other's pain. So much so that people are told, you know, just don't talk about it. Like, if you don't talk about it, it'll go away. I know what I do is I just build it up, and so I'm a very nice and very caring person, like, altogether. It sounds really conceited, but I really am. Like, I really love everybody. There's only one person I don't love, and I have a very good reason, so you can't judge me for it. But, I mean, people will push other people to the point of hurting themselves or being cynical. Like, if you have one conversation with me, if you just sit with me in school, I'm a very cynical person. Like, I will sit there, and if someone screams, I'm like, I will rip your throat out. And they're like, oh, jeez. And it's not that I'm mean. Like, most of it's sarcastic, I'm going to say, but it hurts them. I hear it, but it's like, I'm a very cynical person. Like, I sit there and I talk trash, and it's nothing serious trash. I'm just kind of like, I don't like them. I don't like anyone. I'm mean. Yeah, don't talk to me. I'm a bitch. Like, I switched schools this year, and everyone at my new school, like, I have a reputation of being mean. They're like, oh, she's mean, but she's a good friend. It's a really weird reputation to have, considering everyone at that school still loves me, but they're all like, oh, Sam's mean. I think it's just because I'm brutally honest. They're just like, okay, so I have this going on, what do you think? Because they know I'll just sit there and be cynically honest and be like, no, don't do it. It sucks. You're stupid. And I'm like, okay, thanks. So, I mean, people push me to the point in my depression where I hide it so much that I'm mistaken for a mean person, for a bad person almost. Like, you know, everyone knows how it feels like to hold something in until you explode. Well, it's like for depressed people with anxiety, we hold so much in that it kind of leaks out. It doesn't all explode, it just kind of slowly, like, leaks out of us into this cynical mask. You know, people, you know, look at me and they think, she's not depressed, she's just mean. You know, she doesn't have anxiety, she's just being really mean today. Because that's what I want them to think. I would rather have them think that I'm cynical than have them know I'm depressed. You know, because it hurts to, like, be behind a mask, but then hear people talk trash about people who aren't hiding behind that mask. I have so much respect for people who are open about it. Hey, I self-harm. I mean, I'm sorry if my scars offend you, but this is who I am, and you have to accept it. Like, I have so much respect for people who just wear short sleeves and they have scars. I have so much respect for people who, when I say, hey, how are you? Like, oh, I'm having a depressive episode this week, I'm sorry. I'm like, don't apologize. I have so much respect for these people because hardly anyone knows I'm depressed. You guys know now, but hardly anyone knows. And the people that do know, I don't think they understand when I say I'm depressed. I don't think they get it. And I have so much respect for people like that are just like, yep, I mean, look, I have scars, I mean, it's still me. I am in so much awe, and it hurts being on the other side of this mask, because then people think that you don't. And so then they'll make rape jokes and self-harm jokes and depression jokes and anxiety jokes and all these jokes, and they think that I'm just going to laugh it off. Because Sam's not depressed, Sam's funny, Sam has a sense of humor, Sam will laugh at it. Jokes don't really hurt me that much, it's just an example. Or like, you hear someone talking about someone else that's depressed, like, you know, on this side of the mask, I mean, it's like I'm behind this glass panel where I can see out, but people only see the glass panel of me, you know, like it's a wall that I can see through, that people can't see me through. And it hurts being on this side because people will tell me things like, oh, did you see that girl's scars? Oh my gosh, she's depressed. Like, ugh, she doesn't need to hurt herself. It's kind of like, oh, well, that's weird because you haven't been behind my glass panel, you know? Like, you haven't broken down that wall to know I am that girl that does that. And, you know, it's really hard for me to talk about, but I think it's something that needs to be addressed because we're forced to hide everything. Because, oh, don't be a downer, gosh, like, have fun in life, don't be a downer. And then, you know, you feel bad telling people the truth because then you feel like a downer. And, you know, like when you're depressed, you're a downer all the time, but you don't want to say it because then you don't want it to be confirmed to you, like, oh, I'm a downer, like my mom told me yesterday, you know? So cynical and rude and mean and sarcastic and a bully, you know, are our only choices in this, because we have to vent somehow, and if we talk to someone about it, they judge us. If we ask for help, we get judged, you know. If you go up to a teacher and you're like, I think I need therapy, they're just kind of like, have you talked to your mom about it? And, you know, people judge you if you're on medication. People judge you if you have self-harm scars, no matter how old they are. You know, if I were to wear short sleeves all the time, mine aren't recent. Not at all. And I know, like, if I went to school with short sleeves, someone would say something, someone would judge me, someone would make a joke, because that's how the people at my school are. They're naive, they're innocent. I go to a very small school, and there's less than 200 people in the high school. We're all very close. It's almost inappropriate. And I know if I wear short sleeves for one day, those self-harm scars, no matter how old, will get around. Sam hurts herself, Sam hurts herself. And it just kind of, you know, that's why I feel the need to hide it, but then when people hide it, they lash out. And so people at my new school are very judgmental, and they think that I'm this bitch because I can't tell them what's really going on, so I hide it with, oh, I'm just always like this. And I'm really not. I'm actually really, really nice. I don't know. And if I am mean, it's usually just in my head. Like, I do theater, and the people there that know, they say I'm like the nicest person they've ever met, and I'm honest, so like people that don't like honesty don't like me, but you know, I don't want to brag, but a lot of people like me once they get to know me, and like the people that don't know me, that just see through the glass, I feel judged, you know. As soon as I tell someone, I freak out. I'm like, they're gonna judge me, they're not gonna want to talk to me anymore. And I mean, that shouldn't be the case, that shouldn't be what people think. So I think that needs to be changed, you know. If you see someone that's depressed, just know it's not their fault, it's not their choice. No one chooses to go through that much emotional pain. So, yeah, that's my rant. It was like 15 minutes long, that's insane. But, yeah, that was my interesting, kind of opened up to the internet, even though it was a secret. It's really not anymore. But that was that rant. So, thanks for listening, and sorry for the bad video quality again, because it's really bothering me now. So yeah, until next time, bye.